Hello student, welcome back to my channel. Today's topic is changes around us, chapter 5, subject science, class 6. First of all, I will solve some question in book. Let's begin. Now, multiple choice question. First, which of the following is a reversible change? Answer: dissolving salt in water. Second, which of the following is not a reversible change? Answer: burning of coal. Third, reversible change takes place when answer sorry second, which of the following is not a reversible change? Answer: burning of coal. Third, reversible change takes place when आंसर क्या होगा? ice melts. Four, an irreversible change takes place when a log of wood burns. Five, what happens to the solubility of a substance on heating? Answer: it increases. After that, I will solve fill in the blanks. Fill in the blanks. Ice melt to form water. Second, water evaporates to form water vapor. Third, water vapor condenses to form water. Four, water freezes to form ice. Five, sugar is soluble in water. Six, sand is insoluble in water. Seven, alum is soluble in water. Eight, wax is insoluble in water. Nine, oil and water are immiscible. 10, glycerin and water are miscible. After that, C, D and short tab question and long tab question in notebook. Okay, student? I will solve change around us. First, write the kind of change against each in the following. First, tearing of a piece of paper, answer: physical change. Second, rooting of egg, chemical change. Three, melting of wax, physical change. Four, burning of wax, chemical change. Five, curdling of milk, chemical change. Six, dissolving salt in water, physical change. 7, baking of dough into bread and chemical change. 8, germination of a seed, chemical change. Rusting of iron, chemical change. 10, switching on the light, physical change. D, what is the cause of the change? Ice melts, increase in temperature by heat absorption. Second, water evaporates, increase in temperature by heat absorptions. Third, water freezes, decrease in temperature by heat loss. Four, vapor forming dew, decrease in temperature by condensation. Five, clouds rain, condensation of water vapor in the atmosphere. Six, change in the color of a blue crystal copper sulfate to white powdery mass, heating by dehydration. Is short answer type question. First, what are the three states of matter? Enter the answer: the three states of matter are solid, liquid and gas. Second, which matter is found in all the three states in nature? Water is found in all three states in nature as ice, solid, liquid, water, liquid, and water vapor, gas. 3, how do the following changes differ from one another? A, melting of wax, this is a physical change where solid wax changes into liquid wax due to heat. The chemical composition of the wax remains the same. B, burning of wax in a wax candle, this is a chemical change where wax reacts with oxygen in the air to produce new substances like carbon dioxide and water vapor, releasing heat and light. In the process, the chemical composition of the wax changes during burning. For what do you understand by solubility substance? Answer: solubility is the maximum amount of a solute that can dissolve in a given amount of solvent at a specific temperature to form a saturated solution. 5. What is the effect of that of heat on the solubility of the solute. Answer: generally, increasing the temperature increases the solubility of most solid and liquid solutes in a solvent, because the increased kinetic energy allows more solute particles to dissolve, however, decreases with increasing temperature. 6. How do we obtain a saturated solution of a solute? Answer: a saturated solution is obtained by dissolving the maximum possible amount of a solute in a given amount of solvent at a specific temperature until no more solute remains undissolved. 7. How does change of states of water in nature serves us? Answer: the changes of state of water in nature, evaporation, condensation, freezing, melting, is a crucial for various natural processes and serve us in numerous ways, including: 8. Why is the gap left in between the joint of two running rails on rail track? Answer: a gap is left between the joint of two running rails on a rail track primarily to accommodate accommodate thermal expansion and contraction of the rail. Long answer type questions. What are reversible changes? How do they differ from irreversible change? Explain given examples. Answer: reversible changes are change then can be reversed, meaning the original substance can be recovered. Examples include melting of ice, dissolving sugar in water, and stretching a rubber band. Irreversible changes are changes that cannot be reversed, meaning the original substances is formed. Example include burning of paper, cooking and egg, and rusting of iron. Difference: reversible changes are physical changes where the chemical composition of the substance remains the same, while irreversible changes are chemical changes where a new substance with different properties is formed. Second example, the terms solute, solvent, and solution. Answer: solute: the substances that dissolve in a solvent to form a solution. Example: sugar in sugar water. Solvent: the substances that dissolve the solute to form a solution. Example: water in sugar water. Solvent: a homogeneous mixture formed when a solute dissolved in a solvent. Example: sugar water. 3. Why does a burning candle get shorter? Answer: a burning candle gets shorter due to the process of combustion. The wax paraffin of the candle burns in the presence of oxygen, producing carbon dioxide, water vapor, and heat, and consuming the wax in process. 4. Is this true that water contracts on cooling but it expands when frozen to ice? Answer: yes, this statement is true. Water it's true. Water contracts as it cools down to about 4 degrees Celsius, but it then expands as it cools further and freezes into ice. This anomalous expansion of water is why ice floods and can cause pipes to burst. Okay, student. 5 question. A piece of iron on heating gets red hot, and on rusting it changes to reddish brown powder. What general name is given to each of these changes? Answer: Rusting of iron is chemical change which is an irreversible change. A piece of iron become rust due to the presence of moist air, while heating of iron is a physical change as the process affects the physical properties of iron is a reversible change. 6. Name the kinds of change taking place in the flowing. Answer: a potter shapes wet clay into pots. A potter, oh sorry, इसको मैं डबल डबल लिख दी हूँ. This is this is physical change because the chemical composition of the clay does not change, only its shape is altered. B. Potter bakes these pots in an oven. This is a chemical change because the baking process causes irreversible changes in the clay chemical structure, making the pots hard and durable. 7. Give an example of a useful change and an example of harmful change. Answer: useful change: cooking food as it makes food digestible and safe to eat. Harmful change: rusting of iron as it weakens metallic structures and can lead to damage or collapse. Okay student, I have done all question in this lesson. If you like my videos, please like, share and subscribe. Okay student, Allah Hafiz, bye.